Hi everybody. Just before we start our results show on Weird Willy, I've got enough information that I could probably make almost an hour show. So I'm going to do it in little broken up sections. I'm going to add this on to the very first one. And we'll download them like at different times so we can start getting the results out to you, and I hope you're as excited about some of the findings as we are. We had a really good, interesting day, and hopefully you'll find some of these results interesting as well. Thanks for watching. Hi, and welcome to part 2 of Weird Willy. We've been trying to go through all our photographs and everything to find out any conclusions that we can come to. We've had 2 malfunctions or something unusual with the equipment. You already heard about the thing on the camera. I thought it was important to put that in the beginning of our episode on Weird Willy, because if you're watching the video and it does look like there's something odd going on. In the video, when I had said I saw some mist in the far corner and pointed down past Willy's stone into that, be the right-hand corner, I guess, I saw physically with my eyes something there as well. So sometimes when I said I think I see mist, I really did, but most of the time it was the glitch on the camera. I did take several photographs of my camera, and lo and behold, when I looked through my camera lens at the white thing that was, or the stuff that was on the lens of my video camera or camcorder, it looked clear as a bell. And I thought, well, I'll take a few more to get different angles, make sure that it looks, and lo and behold, every single picture is blurry. Even though when I looked on my screen on the back of my camera, it looked like you could see it. I'm going to show you a blow up. I've got it on the computer screen. The pink light is actually a vase on the back shelf back here. I don't know if you can actually see it, but there's a shelf back there with a burgundy colored carnival vase. So the pink light reflecting is that. The blob is this white stuff. I'm not saying that it's ectoplasm, but oh, I would love to be able to say that. If I had a lab and a whole pile of things like that, I would have scraped it off or somehow saved it and tested it. But alas, no budget, so you know, it's going to be a learning curve. If something like this should ever happen again, I do have a microscope. I might be able to look at it and get some closer pictures, but we don't have as much evidence as I would like. So I'm going to turn it around and show you. Just try not to swing things too badly. There we go. I've got my pen here. You can see quite clearly here, that is whatever the blob was. It was solid. It wasn't like a smudge. It was sort of a clearish white tinge. It was like rough, not grainy exactly, but I mean, you could definitely feel. And this is just simply a reflection of something that's on the back room. Now, if I just click back, you can see here it is very faint here. That's again the reflection of the vase behind me, which I didn't think would have happened, but it did. Whoops. And this one, if I kind of move up, you can see it here in the corner here. There, but I had the flash on, and of course the flash reflected everywhere. And there's the vase again, and that's a flash reflection. And that little yellow one is probably also a reflection, but no real clear Now this one, sadly, it is right here, but there is a, this is the vase reflection, and the reflection is keeping it, like whatever this here is, was reflecting off of, oh, well, you can see my baffle. That's the baffle I talked about making. And we did find out, just as a note, we did find out that there was a bit of an air issue. I may have to put something else on here to diffuse the wind even a little bit more, but you know, live and learn kind of thing. So the best actual photo, I believe, was that one where you can definitely see something, but no conclusive, you know, this is what that was. We just, you know, can say that something had happened. And as an interesting note about this white thing, you will notice several times throughout the video when we're staring directly into the camera, it looks dark when you're looking in there. So something that is shiny, white, and sticky on the lens, we should have been able to see. And like, I mean, we walked up and he says, this is my stone, and you know, this is what I'm using now. You know, all of those things that we did, it was at least as large as the end of my little finger. I mean, my little finger isn't massively huge, but it's big enough and covered enough of the lens that we should have seen it over and over and over again. In the beginning, before we actually started anything, I had to come and open the lens cover, which is a button on the side of the actual camera, and you flick, and so I was standing inches away from the lens, and whatever it was on there right from the beginning. I mean, we had to put it on. I have a very interesting tripod. It is all articulated little spheres. So you can bend the arms, like if you've got the tripod and you have 3 straight legs, the balls make it so you can bend it around things. So we had it attached to the fence, like it's like a gate with a wire frame, but the top has a bar, and we had it wrapped on there. So when we were putting it on the fence, our faces were directly in front of the camera, and we should have seen it as well. So that's an anomaly. We can't say definitely, you know, we had a ghost that was, you know, playing with us. But I would like to say that it was definitely ectoplasm, but I can't. But in my heart, it's like, oh, something happened that was interesting. The other equipment thing that we had, another failure. So it's adding up to, okay, some other weird things happened. This is my voice recorder. Oops, upside down. And I mean, it is new to me. Okay, I'm technically challenged, but I'm not technically insufficient. I know how this works. I also do a lot of drumming. I'm gonna say it's hard to explain. I use like a native drum, that type of drum. I go to moon drumming at Peaceful Arts. I've been drumming for like, what, 8 years perhaps. I've gone to powwows a million times. I mean, I know how drums work. And I do occasionally, I guess channel is the best word. Like, I will hear, well, here's a perfect example about my drumming. When I was pregnant with my first son, I'd had 4 years of working in daycare. I have hundreds and hundreds of songs for children's and infants, and because he was 2 months early, was having difficulty breathing, had wires everywhere, and the very first time the nurse is like, here's your little baby, but it looks alien. It doesn't really look like a real baby yet. He has all these wires and needles attached, and you're horrified. I couldn't recall a single thing to sing or even hum to him. Like, gone. Like, you know, it's a stressful thing. My husband was down, excuse me, my allergies are incredibly bad right now. It's a very bad year for allergies, so if I have to do that a few times, I'm sorry, but you know, that's the way life goes. But anyway, I think he was down in the offices at the hospitals signing papers and stuff, or something to that effect, but he wasn't there with me. He might have even just gone to the cafeteria to eat. And like, I didn't know what to do. And behind my ear, I heard a Native woman singing. I now know that it was the grandmother, which is like, the best way is the female side to God. Because you've got male and female. He's everything, so he has both sides. And grandmother sang in my ear a song, which I will sing to you at some point. And the same thing happened a couple of days before we did Weird Willy, only it was a healing song that came to me. And the first time I sang it, it just, like, it was just a very hauntingly beautiful thing that was happening, and the energy that was moving through me, healing energy, was so strong. I thought, oh, I've got to tape this so I don't forget. Because, like, I'm over 53, you know, going through the whole menopausal thing, and your brain does go a little bit screwy. So I decided I'd better tape it. It's very easy. It's got a little button on the top. You turn it on. Well, if you're not challenged like me. Nope, there we go. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. Turn it on. Screen comes on. You know it's on. Now to record, right now it's on music, so you push there. It says record. I don't know if you can see it. Very clear. I push my little button. Yep, that's what I would like to do. It tells me to please wait. And hopefully, I'm going to come close. You can see. Looks like a stopwatch. When I push record on, there we go. Come on, baby. The numbers are now running. You can physically see it's on. So I'm showing you, I'm not a challenged, and when you push it off, it blinks and it's like, okay, we're not recording. So I'm going to shut it off so I don't waste battery here. And off, screen's dark. I mean, pretty simple. You know, even a woman at 53 who's never used one, but used millions of tape recorders and tons of equipment, can figure out how to use it, how it's on. So when I put it on and put it down by the radio for the white noise so that someone could talk, it went, you know, 01, 02, 03. At that point, I have it in the grass beside the radio. I know it's recording. I watched it. When we came back, and because quite frankly, I did not want to listen to 2 hours of white static noise, you know. So I thought we'll put it on the stone. I will show them. The microphone is on the end. I knew that because it's all black, no one would notice. So I took some silver marker and I actually colored it in so I could tell people, you know, if you want to talk to the machine, talk to the little circle. I explained to them how it worked. And I put it on the tombstone. And again, when I picked it up, I thought, well, I'm not sure this is recording or not. So I turned it on for a second time. Watched it, 01, 02, 03. As I'm like watching it count down, I put it on the stone, showed them where it was. I'm pretty sure I've got that on tape. When we came back, it was turned off. So I thought it was odd at the time. But when I got home to check out what had happened, I knew there had to be at least 6 seconds of the machine on because I had watched it. Now, some people are going to say some machines won't start actually recording until so many seconds go by. This one starts recording at second 1 and it saves it. I checked because I wanted to make sure so that no one can say, oh, you know, bunch of old broads don't know what you're doing. Well, this old broad does know what she's doing. So I plugged her in and I thought, okay, I need to find those 6 seconds. They're gone. Nothing. Which is impossible. So we had 2 malfunctions that were unusual. And that is really the only conclusion that I can come to about the equipment. There's no way to prove that somebody had happened, or somebody, that someone had done something. It wasn't myself and Charlotte. We were the only two people there. We do have some beautiful photographic evidence, which I don't have Charlotte's picture yet. She's going to be sending that to me. I will be finding my picture, shortly, and putting that in. We definitely had energy beings there. We've got photographic evidence, which is amazing, and you'll look at it and you might say, I don't know. But we've been doing this a long time, and this is some of the best evidence that I've got. I have some amazing photographs that people are going to try and challenge, and that's totally fine. All I can tell you is that I'm coming from a genuine spot. I am not trying to make something happen. If we have a show and absolutely nothing happens, we are not going to be like some of those shows that have been slightly debunked on YouTube, where they said, oh, well, they did a live show, they set up a couple of tricks so it looked like something would happen. Anyone who knows the ghost hunting shows knows exactly what show I'm talking about. And it was one of my favorite shows, and I was so pissed off, I guess. I'm allowed to say that. That's not a swear word. I was really upset that these guys, and it's more the one guy, the skinnier one, because it's basically got two guys, and they're lovely. I love their show. They have had some beautiful evidence that I believe is genuine, but when the show is not finding anything, one particular guy, and he's not bald, he has a bunch of hair on his head, had an issue with the, oh, I don't have a tag in this dress, I cut it out, oh my goodness. But they did a live show on Halloween, and he had a hoodie on, and there's those tags in the back, the sizing tags, and he had his hands in his pocket. We call them kangaroo jackets way back when. And I thought, he doesn't walk around like that. That's kind of funny. And you could see the way they were filming, they were trying to keep the camera up a little bit, which is unusual for them because they try to do wide angles so that you can see everything. And his arm was doing like a jerky movement, and the tag would pop up. And I remember thinking, he didn't just do that, because it was live and Halloween. So like, hello, this old witch is gonna watch. And I thought, no, that's so childish. He didn't do that. And then he did it again. And of course, the big guy comes running over, and it's like, what happened? What happened? He's like, oh my God, someone pulled me from behind, and I think they did something to my tag. So, he carefully tucks the tag back in, and I'm thinking, oh, he's not in on it too. The guy I like so much and trust. And then you see the shoulder kind of do a little thing, and you're thinking, oh. And sure enough, up it popped. Well, obviously he had a piece of fishing line or something. Could have even just been thread, and up it pops. And they did it 2 or 3 times, I can't remember precisely. And of course the old, oh my God, there's, someone is pulling my tag. And it's like, we will never, ever, ever do that. Unless maybe it's April 1st. And we happen to be in a jovial mood. But you will know that we're playing a trick on you, because we'll be like laughing, ha ha ha, we played a trick on you. We would definitely not pass it off as something real. And quite frankly, with the evidence we've been getting, we don't need to fake anything. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to go through my pictures. I'm going to find my really interesting photograph. And of course, when I get Charlotte's, I will be adding that. And we'll go on from there.